A lot of different towns joining in. Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and Odie joins us this morning.
Yeah, good morning, all the way from Moscow.
That's Mississippi.
It's just right down the road.
Making sure there.
Yeah, just right down there.
Had to have a language barrier there.
Google was translating.
We sometimes have to have that between Mississippi and over to Arkansas, a translator.
Yeah, that really.
And New York really throws me off. The accent is different from us.
New Jersey will really get you for
the Jersey and all the cop shows.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, slow down there.
Yeah, where are you going with all that?
It's amazing how where you live in different parts of the country, your accent sounds different than others. How that happened, I have no clue. It's a shame everybody can't be Southern, is what we're saying.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows what we say.
Or at least we do.
Yeah. I got two languages, redneck and Southern.
There you go. At the top of the list there. Already a couple of minutes after 7 o'clock as we look at this, 28 degrees was the last I looked at it. Let's just double check here and make sure I'm right on this, that nothing has changed. Sometimes it drops a little bit more, still at 28. We're expecting 61, so it'll just about double there here in a little while.
So at least I'd say another hour or so it'll be above freezing. So
yeah.
Get the sun out, start warming things up, so that'll be good. But I tell you, it's definitely a little nippy this morning.
And you know all these publishing companies and movies that started what we call the woke movement that went on?
Yeah.
They started paying big money to people that were changing what God put them on earth as they chose other things, and they were going to write books about it.
You talking about the innie and outie part?
Yes.
Okay.
And they gave them book deals and gave them advances of like $3 million. Book sold 3,000 copies. Somebody's.
So now they owe them money.
Yeah. Looks like whoever was in charge of the companies didn't know what they were doing. This is like 5 or 6 books that they've done this with over the course of time that they thought was going to be bestsellers that no one cared. No one bought the book.
Is it now to say they don't have the cojones to take them to court?
I guess it would be okay to do that. Man alive.
That's a little early for that.
Feminist. Words of that nature. But it is funny how Hollywood and people like that think that this is they try to push their agenda on you. And then the rest of America is really not with that program. They'll get a few that's real loud. And I always remember this when political season happens. They will show up and it will be a group of 10 and they will zoom the camera in and make it look and make you think that the whole auditorium is full of those 10 people. And
add applause.
Yeah. It's 10 people there. You can be fooled by the way people represent things. And speaking of, let's go ahead and address this because this has got national attention. I can't remember if it was CBS that broke the story first of this little boy. They accused a little boy that went to the Kansas City Chiefs game. Mm-hmm. Now, you got to remember what their mascot is. Indian.
Yeah.
Chief. Feathers. A little boy showed up. Part of his face was black. Part of his face was red. That's their two colors. This is the picture that one of them put out first. Very deceiving as we look at this. And they accused the little boy of being blackface and shamed them and the family for letting this happen. The next reporter, Odie, would get it and not only accuse him of being blackface, but also making fun of Indians. Well, we find out this morning that the little boy is Indian. It's a child that went to a game and put on the colors of the team, and he wore the headdress of the team mascot.
And supported his team and then they're going to come back and try and shame him.
Yeah. His mom said he's Native American. Y'all get over it. That's where you got to be careful with these stories that come out when they accuse people of something. Even back to that Me Too movement. Be careful of people jumping on a bandwagon of something happened 30 years ago. Nobody can remember yesterday hardly.
You don't remember that. You probably wanted it at the time and then come back and said, I really didn't want to do that. Well, you made a decision. But look, this woke movement, look what it's done to Disney.
Here's the picture of the little boy, a full picture of this, of what they should have shown to begin with. There it is. This comes from Daily Mail. He's a kid enjoying a football game.
Well, doesn't his colors match what he's wearing? A
Absolutely.
black shirt, a red jersey, that's 100% team spirit right
There's
there.
a lot of people that go to football games that take their shirts off. I've seen it at Mississippi State, and they paint their stomach whatever color the team is.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it in 15-degree weather, but I've seen others do it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
This woke movement is almost, I think it's reached its peak and it's headed downhill, but it didn't
does
go
seem that
anywhere.
way.
I mean, Walt Disney's losing everything. Walt Disney's flipping in his grave like a rotisserie chicken, what they've destroyed his company with.
I believe he was a good man. I really do.
I do too.
He was smart. And, if you go back and listen to those Paul Harvey stories, he failed at so many things, though. He failed.
And
he'd
drew a
get back
mouse.
up, dust off, and try again.
That's what I call the American dream.
It is.
Man, it's Sam Walton, same way.
Yes, sir, Bob.
It's amazing what these people who built these companies have to go back and look from heaven above and going, boy, are they messing up that.
You never know someone's political agenda. As an entertainer, I like him, Garth Brooks. He attended the funeral yesterday of Rosalind. Rosalind Carter is who I'm talking about. If you will remember, he refused claim. We can't speak for Garth. We wasn't there, but his out was, well, I'm booked. I have other engagements I can't attend, and refused to do the inaugural, if you remember that. He was seen yesterday hugging Melania. Did I say that right?
Melania.
Melania. He was seen hugging her. Maybe he doesn't have a rift with her. Let's hope not. But again, entertainer. I like him. I've heard those who have gone to concerts in the last few years go, well, there's a little political stuff going on up in there. Wish that didn't happen.
I do. You're there to sing.
Yeah, and he is great at entertaining, and feels like he's singing to just you.
His documentary was awesome. Great documentary. But yeah, don't get up there and tell me your views. Even if your views are my views, I didn't come here to hear your views. I came here to hear you sing.
We go to Tennessee, and this is, I'll get off some of the national subjects, but I go to Tennessee for this next one. And we use the word woke of people that have done wrong. We've got a 15-year-old that has murdered someone in the state of Tennessee. I think it was in Memphis area. He's charged, and again, you are innocent until proven charged, but he's been released without any bond there. That's a new thing in Tennessee. People will continue to do more crimes when there's not punishment. It's just true. You can take a child, and if you never tell them something is wrong, and you go, don't do that, and that's it, they will continue to do something and do it worse. Adults are the same way when it comes to crime. Just a thought there.
When a mother calls the police saying that her 12-year-old child's out of hand, that she needs the police, you didn't use enough of your hand.
Yeah, you've got to punish within your, and that y'all would be shocked how many times the police are called to handle children. If I can't do anything with it, y'all do something. Well, it's not their fault.
But you got to start young. You can't wait until they're 10 years old and then say, "Oh, I'm going to change the way I've been allowing you to do things."
Most people watching this will know the church eye, and when I say the church eye, that look your mama gives you during church, and you know. Ooh,
you can feel it, church.
Yes, you can.
Ooh, you can feel it.
There's nothing quite as strong as a mom. We all know that, and that's what leads the world. You can say whatever you want, but mom is what really and truly influences the world, and it starts with her. They love their daddy, but mama they're scared of when they're kids.
Well, you know, who was Bill Oh, the comedian that got in all that trouble with the sexual. What's his name?
Oh, Cosby?
Bill Cosby. You know, he said on one of his comedy deals, he said, man's worked with his son, got him through football, taught him since Pee-wee. He's in college now, and he turns around, makes the biggest play, and the camera's in his face, and he goes, "Hi, Mom."
You're right.
Mom's rule. That's just the way it is.
They do. We'll be right back. Good morning from Scotty Ray and Odie. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigerator. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends. For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical, 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian, 601-693-6374.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie again. We'll talk about here in just a little while about the big Christmas celebration in downtown Meridian. We've had a lot happen in the last 24 hours. Yeah. One thing that got my attention as I was getting back from the lighting of the Christmas tree was what was going on Highway 39 while all that was going on. A bunch of kids were out. They were practicing over at Northeast Park. And let me pull this up and show this. You see this smoke in the background. Let me play you the video of what was going on. Now, keep in mind, there's kids all around, and there's also vehicles parked everywhere here in the parking lot. This is Northeast Park, right down from Northeast Elementary School and not far from Barham Funeral Home. Now, very easily a child could have got hurt there. Slinging a car around, they can lose control. You know that as well as I do.
That was what you saw was him coming out of the clouds and then hauling butt down the driveway. What you didn't see was all that smoke came from him doing donuts.
Yeah.
Throttle could have stuck, and he could have lost control and hit anybody and everybody out there. And I hope that they catch this guy and turn around and putting in dangers to every single person that was at that place. You know,
and a lot of comments came in that said there's many, many places you could go if you had to do that to where no one was around. You don't do it when you've seen these in towns to where they'll do them in the streets, lose control, and take out 2 or 3 people.
Exactly. And you've posted this before.
Now,
somebody else doing it, and people have gotten on here. Now, you remember when we were kids, we did stuff like we did, but we didn't do it around all these other people. We were by ourselves. Was it right? No. Did we get in trouble? No. It was before cell phones.
Now, I was also sent a video that I had been posted of this same car doing 110, 120, 130 in a residential neighborhood, and it being video of that. Easily could a child stepped out in the road. From what I'm understanding, this is most likely a teenager. Not everybody that does this is a teenager. Most likely, authorities will be contacting someone, and if you're a parent watching, you recognize that as a car that belongs in your driveway. Head that off at the pass pretty quickly.
That's a teenager and mom and daddy on that car. Guess who's going to get sued?
Yeah, you're right.
Mom and daddy. So maybe he doesn't need that type of vehicle if he's going to be that careless.
And somebody says, yeah, I bet he doesn't pay for the tires. Probably not.
No, not at all. Because them suckers ain't cheap.
There's several people that says that they have video of this happening also. A dangerous situation, and I'm sure there are more videos that are out there of this instance that happened last night. It's not the first time that it's happened either.
Yeah, no, it's numerous times.
That's right.
Not just that car. There's other cars. But hey, we got somebody watching from Galax, Virginia.
Virginia.
Man, thank you, Patricia. We appreciate you watching.
We don't have a tag number on that, or at least I don't. Others may have gotten that. I'm sure that will make it to the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. That was in the city limits of Meridian now because of the annexation.
Yeah.
So you almost at some point need officers stationed at our parks that are close by in case something goes on like that. Just a thought.
Yeah, that's it.
We had a structure fire overnight in Meridian. This would be just off of 5th Street, off of Highway 19, Odie. If you'll remember, let's pull this up where everybody can see this. This is Highway 19 coming from the interstate as you get here past the Exxon. Here's 5th Street. If you were to take a left just past the old Jackson Flowers building, that home, that white home that's there in the corner there caught fire. Now, it was supposed to be abandoned. I'm getting word that possibly there could have been an injury. I'm not 100% sure. We're trying to get the details of that, but the Meridian Fire Department was there. Also, the Meridian Police Department arrived on the scene a little bit later. It's 5100 block of 5th Street where all that happened last night. We hope it's nothing serious, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Early this morning, as the sun wasn't even thought of yet, because it was like 4:45, somewhere along in there. We got word that there had been an accident out on Fisher Road. It was a one-car accident. As we pulled this up to show this, Fisher Road, the 5900 block. This would be in the Long Creek area as the volunteer fire department responded to that. I think it was maybe minor injuries, thank goodness. Nothing too serious on that, but still a wreck nonetheless.
Now, Sharon said play the video again. If you'll go on the Facebook page, it's posted on there, and you can see it, and you can pause it and get a better look at that car if you think you know who it is.
Yeah, that's a great way to do that. Yeah. Do you like? I can't handle it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I can't listen to it.
You don't like clarinet?
No, and that's what he does, isn't it? How do you get famous playing a clarinet?
Good question.
You got to be pretty good at what you do.
You got to be real good.
Kenny G, and who would have thought that Kenny G would be worth so much money? But him and his soon-to-be ex-wife are fighting over their $40 million mansion.
Yeah.
They were renting it for $600,000 a month. I left some zeros out. Can you imagine even being able to afford to rent something at $600 a month?
Jeff, I got something I can rent you a little cheaper.
And we're talking about the guy that owns Amazon has been renting it from Kenny G. But Kenny G and his wife there that is getting a divorce are fighting over who gets it. A $40 million house?
And at that rate, it won't take that long to pay the dude off by just renting it out to Jeff.
I guess he didn't play the clarinet too good for her, did he? Something went south there.
Whoop, Austin's telling us he plays the saxophone, not the clarinet.
They kind of look the same, don't they?
Well, now, I like the saxophone, but you sure, Austin?
That's Bill Clinton's favorite.
Yeah, he liked the saxophone. I'm sure he does play saxophone. I mean, the saxophone too. But I thought that he played the clarinet as well.
Let's see if we can find a quick picture here, Quinny.
Yeah,
that looks like a clarinet to me.
All day long.
Let's see here. Let's just do the Google search here.
Yeah, now, I'm sure he does do a sax as well.
What is that?
That's a clarinet.
That's a clarinet, big clarinet. Man, he don't do the little black ones anymore. He does the big brass clarinet.
And the 3-piece and all that.
Yes, sirree.
I don't know.
Here he is with a saxophone over here. So he apparently
can play
that.
the sax, yeah.
But he's been doing... Do women find that sexy? A guy, like normally stuff.
He's got $40 million. They must. He got a $40 million house.
But I was just thinking of the Hojo days in Meridian. They were always after the lead singer, and they paid little attention to the clarinet guy over in the corner. Just say it. Is there a lineup for that in New York or somewhere?
I don't know.
I guess tastes are different, and Different parts of the world.
Tony over there trying to be funny.
What did he say?
Clinton liked the harmonica.
Okay, that was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
We have to give credit when credit is due, without a doubt. It ain't over yet. We got a whole lot more to talk about. Y'all don't rush off. We'll be right back with more headlines as we begin this. This is what today
This
is
is Hump
Wednesday.
Day.
Yeah,
Man,
you didn't
we
say
made
it.
I know. I forgot.
Oops.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and there's something magical about the holiday season and Al's Garden and Gift. Maybe it's the gorgeous lawns filled with vibrant winter flowers, or maybe it's the beautiful winter wonderland Christmas shop. Unique themed trees, decorations, ornaments, nativity sets, snow globes, and more. There's even custom wreaths, gourmet foods, gift baskets, and gifts galore. Once you see it, you'll believe. Al's Garden and Gift, the most magical shop around.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Okay.
Yeah, I played the tuba, and I played the trumpet. I didn't play clarinet, none of that. My sister did. I don't think she was real good at it. So everybody's done got on us because we said he's playing the clarinet. It looks like one to me.
Me too.
So Uncle Google.
What's Uncle Google told us?
It says Kenny G, like all of y'all have stated. So we're here humbly.
Yeah, correcting. We fix
Kenny
it if
G
we're wrong.
plays the Selmer Mark VI soprano, alto, and tenor saxophones. He's also created his own line of saxophones called Kenny G Saxophones. I always thought the saxophone was that little dude that turned up.
It has a.
Yeah, like Bill Clinton played.
Yeah.
So
She thinks my saxophone sexy. It looks like clarinet. I'm just sorry.
it looks like a clarinet.
But again, I'm not a musician either, so I don't know those kind of instruments.
We ask for your forgiveness once again.
For not knowing what a clarinet and a what
Yeah.
kind was it?
An alto and
Alto.
a tenor and
Alto.
an alto saxophone.
Just what Odie wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
So he could make $600 million a year.
If y'all get me one, I'll sell it.
We go to Clarke County next for an armed robbery. This is getting serious. There's a lot of discussion of this. Did a robbery actually happen?
Yeah, that over $20. Nothing else
$20.
stole, just $20.
A FedEx driver was supposedly robbed in Shibuya yesterday. Men with guns. And they didn't take any contents from the truck, but they left with, well, we're understanding about $20 that the driver had on him.
Yeah.
We're here to tell you that this situation is going to be solved as we go to, well, Harold is on the way.
He's getting there.
He's going to investigate the crime that happened there. There's the $20, the FedEx truck. Harold is, I think he's made it to DeSoto now.
Yeah, he's getting another carrot or two. He doesn't have his siren strapped on top of his head.
We're getting that. We're getting back up for him there.
Okay, all right. And we understand that now that it's gotten cold, that he's getting a blanket with the logo on it.
Yeah, the sheriff's department.
Yep. So
We hope to have this robbery solved before long. We're not real sure this happened. We'll be honest about it.
As soon as he gets there, he's going to start.
They checked local surveillance cameras. They've got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what becomes of it. If it is real, we'll be back to tell you that it was real and tell you that it was
And
real.
what was it? Like there was highway patrols in the area?
Yeah.
Nobody ever saw a car pass by?
Nobody.
So,
The highway patrol boys were everywhere. They didn't see
Yeah.
it. So
Harold's going to be there.
we're watching this story closely, and we'll have more information on that before long, hopefully. Let's see what else we got. What you laughing about over there? Somebody else make a comment?
Brian said, I heard the marching band had to help Odie in the tuba up 22nd Avenue Bridge. That's when we walked across it with no sidewalk.
That's right. Right up the bridge.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm 6 foot now. I think I was 4 foot when I graduated. I was a little bitty feller. And I had that daggum tuba. It was taller than I was.
Oh, I bet that was something to see.
It was. It was a hoot. But yeah. I enjoyed playing that sucker. But yeah, it was something to go over that hill.
Yeah, I bet that'd wear you out.
Yeah, that it would.
We had an accident last night on North Frontage Road near the IHOP, Odie. It would be involving a car and also a motorcycle as we go here to take a look at the roadway last night. It was blocked off with police and firemen as they administered medical care to the person. I don't think it was anything too serious, but they were definitely got some injuries, but nothing that was life-threatening. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I don't want to downplay anything because being hit by a car on a motorcycle is no fun.
He's sore today than he was yesterday. Yeah.
As we go to our next thing, and we went out on this could have turned out so much differently. We go out to the Mississippi Highway Patrol office on Highway 11 and 80, and we look east, and what do we see? Here we go. 18-wheeler upside down. Look at this, Odie.
Yeah, firewood on the ground.
And this is the scene there. There's the city limits, and it was just barely, as you can see in the city.
Yeah, it was 50 feet away.
Here's the car that was involved. And you go, well, how did this happen? Well, the best I can tell, this car was going along the road. 18-wheeler goes to pass it, and they connect some kind of a way, causing the truck to overturn. And here's a look at the logs everywhere.
Yeah, it was like
Bunch of hardwood.
Simmons is, they were out there and brought their equipment, able to get all of that cleaned up, get that truck flipped back over. The driver was fine on both vehicles.
Yes.
It was turned out to be the best that situation could have been. That was water that was coming out.
No fuel spill?
No fuel. We were lucky.
You don't get to see the undercarriage of an 18-wheeler very often, so look close there.
There it is.
Fortunately, though, Kevin there walking down with the Meridian Police Department. There's a closer up of the car there, some more officers in the background. But if you'll see that, that could have been a whole lot worse. That little bitty thing there went up against an 18-wheeler. There's the scene. It was full of the police helping out with the situation there. And it did slow traffic as they loaded that thing back up.
Yeah, and was able to keep traffic flowing. And you just don't think how busy that road is.
Ooh, I caught on after standing there about 5 minutes and thought, I'm going to back up over here. Mind my own business.
Yeah.
We had an incident right after, and we'll talk about the Christmas tree lighting here in just a little bit, but we had an accident just after the Christmas tree was lit. I would be leaving, and I got a text that said, hey, you need to turn around.
You need to come back.
So I made a whoop-de-doo, and I went back, and sure enough, right down by Sam's Fashion in that area there, 1 block over from Sam's, we would find a car with damage. Look at this, Odie, as we pull this up. Wow. It was a 4Runner, and maybe that's a Toyota car. As we go here to take a look, we'll get a Meridian Fire Department on scene. No major injuries somehow.
Well, that's good.
But, boy, look at the damage of these 2 cars. That is nothing but, look at that, at the airbags that are up in that 4Runner.
Yeah.
You couldn't see out if you had to.
They took a hard hit.
Yeah, this got spun around. That's just the different views of what was going on there last night. I'm telling you, the airbags, they work in that little, even flatten the tire on the 4Runner as it spun.
Wow.
It's what we call a lick there. And, of course, Metro and Meridian Fire Department, Police Department all came there. And there's the street view of the situation there. So,
but everybody was okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Again, they're probably also a little stiff this morning. You're going to be after something like that.
Yeah, you feel that.
Yes, sir, Bob. Rebob. I can't get it out there. Yes, sir, Rebob is what I was trying to trying to get out.
That's right.
Reminded me of the towel song. Yes, sir, Bob. You ever thought about that? There was a song written about it, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit. We brought him to a guy named Blaine Larson, and he wrote a song about the towel guy that works for Sports Illustrated that has to hold the towel for the bottles. Boy, I want to be that guy.
I mean, what did you do today? Held a towel.
There you go. It's kind of humorous after you sit back and think, but somebody has got to do that job, Odie.
Yeah, and it wasn't me.
They've never featured that, and I don't know how, on Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. Just seems like he'd have done a special episode of the towel holding.
You think that would have been the one that he would have called and says, "Hey, can I?" Yeah.
Reminds me, what was the Dale Reeves song, The Girl on the Billboard Wearing Nothing But a Towel and a Smile? Yeah. Big song back in the 60s.
Oh, man.
Scotty Ray and Odie, already 7:30 this morning.
Golly.
We're going to take a trip back in time. We got a lot more to discuss of what's going on. Christmas parades, what happened last night, hot chocolate that you and I did not get.
And it was free, and we still didn't get it.
Didn't get a drop. Not one.
We'll remember that.
Yeah, we're writing names down on that.
It's that time of year again. The Medicare annual enrollment period is here. From October 15th to December 7th, you have the chance to review and make changes to your Medicare coverage. At Parker Marketing Insurance Advisors, you can speak with our experts to find the plan that fits your needs. Don't miss out. Call 601-512-2100 to secure your health care for the year ahead with Parker Marketing Insurance Advisors. Your health, your choice. Make it count.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back, and I was glancing at comments. Rodney made the comment about size doesn't matter. It reminded me of Joe Nichols' song, Size Matters. Good song. Listen to it if you get a chance. We got any birthdays you seen any roll in this morning?
No, I mean, it's been quiet.
Gotta have somebody with a birthday out there.
Somebody, and I've looked on this
Couldn't figure it out, huh?
book of faces, and it hadn't told me anything yet.
Okay, all right. We're getting along.
At 8:01, there'll be 100 of them pop up. Today's birthday goes, and that's like,
Well, I didn't know it.
yeah.
Yeah, we're working on all that. All right, let's turn back the pages of time and go back to 1955. He's a strange little fella, in my opinion. He's made well for himself. I don't think he's got $350 million, but he's done well.
He has done well.
Anybody remember a guy named Howie? Howie Mandel? He done the suitcase show, didn't he, there for a while?
Yeah.
With the briefcases?
He's done it, and he does.
That's one of those talent shows there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like The Voice, I believe.
Okay. Howie Mandel.
He's good. AGT, America's Got Talent.
America's Got That's what that is.
What it is.
Never watched that show.
And some of it's pretty good. Some of it's funny.
And it's not all singing, is it?
No, a lot of that.
Like you can be a
is,
juggler.
You can be a juggler, magic, singer, stupid stuff.
Let me ask this, since you were a clown at one point in time in your life.
Yeah.
Did you ever do juggling? Can you juggle?
I can.
You can, really?
Yeah.
How many things can you throw up at once?
Just 3.
Just 3?
Yeah. And it's just one simple. I don't do no roundabout.
Oh, come on. The kids like it, though. You need to practice.
Yeah, I do.
Did I get 20% off the top of any bookings you get? So let's rent the clown out.
We'll have to come up with something. Clown for rent. Not yet. But I did do magical. So I do
Did you do the balloon thing? Can you make
them? I did, yeah. I'd have to re-practice that. And I didn't have a smorgasbord of stuff. But I did fair share of balloon animals. And
We'll have to get Odie to come in dressed in character one morning. I'll leave it at that.
we'll have to do that. Not far from it now.
Let's go back to 1935. It just, I think of, before we say what this was, I think of Coy and Vance, who had to fill the shoes of Bo and Luke. It didn't work.
Exactly. I know where you're going with it, and that is perfect.
Because no one could replace a woman that said, what?
Kiss my grits.
Yep, this old girl tried. Her name was Diane Ladd. She was the next installment after, what's her name left? Flo. And this just didn't work. They tried to make it work, but it didn't. Diane Ladd is her name, and she was born on today, but it just didn't work out for her. It never took off.
No, that Kiss My Grits was something that was hers. Nobody can replace it.
Okay, what was bigger? Kiss My Grits or Where's the Beef? What was bigger?
Oh.
Because that was huge.
Well, now, I have to say that you and Greg went to go eat lunch at an unnamed facility, and instead of saying, kiss my grits, when y'all ordered the hamburger steak, y'all said, where's the beef?
Y'all,
The cornbread was bigger than the patty.
we have a group luncheon that we examine restaurants around town. That me and Greg ate together, and he actually laughed at the waitress. I kid you not, because he thought it was really a joke that they had brought us a plate that was
With a piece of meat.
It was the biscuit, the cornbread was bigger than the hamburger meat.
Yeah.
We left hungry.
It was not the Queen City Truck Stop.
No, sir. That song was about the A big. But it was a speck on the plate. The gravy was thicker than the piece of meat.
You couldn't have even put it in the bun to make a sandwich.
No, you couldn't. That was, then we have gone places that don't give you any barbecue sauce.
Dry.
It was pretty bad. And then the bun was,
And then we've gone to places going, y'all got a wheelbarrow?
I can't get out.
We went to one yesterday and ordered a snack, I thought.
Yeah.
I looked down and it says, oh, I can feed 3 people.
We're going to have to start a lunch program to come have lunch with us somewhere. We're going to start that to where you can join us. We'll do taste testing around town at lunchtime of who's got the best lunch. Because if you can look at us and tell, we know food.
We pretty good at it.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, this guy was always uptight. I watched him on the news and I thought, that poor man, he's in misery. I think his trousers were too tight because he was always so uptight. Do you remember Ted Couple?
Of course, now,
Oh, you're taking up for him.
I'm not going to take up for him.
What are you doing?
But I'll take up for his time.
Yeah.
Because they spoke what was actually going on.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Yeah, he did.
There was, here's the news. This is what it is.
That's
Whether
true.
you like it or I like it or you don't like it, here's what happened.
But it sure looked like his pants were too tight. He was in misery.
It's
He
Ted Koppel with NBC Nightly News.
That's him.
You know, I mean, but
Bless it.
that day and time, they were actually journalists, and we don't have journalists anymore.
No, we don't. Woo, back in 1980, it went #1 on this date. And if you remember watching Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights, he had the shirt. I need me a Crystal Gale shirt. Like me some Crystal Gale. She went #1 on this date. If y'all remember the song called If You Ever Change Your Mind. She had more hair than Carter had peanuts. That used to be a saying in the South.
Carter had liver pills.
Oh, he got them too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost a beauty on this day, and it has never been solved. It would involve a boat, more cowbells, and Robert Wagner, as we would lose one of the most beautiful women there ever was, Natalie Wood. Drowned.
And what's the guy who plays? I love his acting. He played on Joe Dirt. He played
Christopher Walken, more cowbell?
Yes.
That's him, cowbell.
All right, yeah, okay.
Christopher Walken was also on there. Why, we don't know, but he was on the boat the night that she drowned.
Yeah.
I always loved Shenandoah's song where it started out. Natalie Wood gave her heart to James Dean. A high school prom and something. And, I Want to Know a Love Like That was the name of that song. We'll miss her. We also lost one of the most dashing young men there ever was in the movie theaters. Women loved him, and he was good at what he did. Anybody remember a guy named Cary Grant?
Yeah.
He passed away on this date in 86, and it's hard to believe that 86 has been that long ago.
I know.
30, let's see, 33.
That's when Charlene
40
graduated.
years ago almost.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Charlene's getting old.
Did you ever watch Match Game?
I did.
I loved Match Game.
I did.
We would lose Gene Rayburn on this day. He was the guy that was a host of that show, and he'd done a lot of other game shows, but that's the one that sticks out. Had that big, long microphone that was about yay long that walked around.
And you had all the, 9 of them that sat there and guessed what you're going to say.
Yeah, I like that.
It was funny.
1982, this would be one of the biggest albums there ever was, as Thriller was released on this date. Won a bunch of Grammys that year, best-selling album of all time, Billboard Album of the Year for 1983. But it was released, and you got to go buy it. And boy, did they show up in droves to buy that vinyl record. This was one of the coolest songs that he ever did. If you've ever heard of the name Ralph Emery, he was the face of TNN for the longest. He's pictured in this picture along with a guy called Ronnie Millsap, who took this song, Prisoner of the Highway, all the way to number 1 back in 83 on this day.
Wow.
18 wheels grind as he pulls onto the interstate. I like that. He's a prisoner of the highway. And there's a lot of folks that are. So many truckers related to that song because that's what they love, that's what they do, is those white lines. You know, have we lost all trucking songs? You just don't hear them anymore.
Well, it's because you don't have truck drivers. All you've got now is steering wheel holders. If you don't believe me, go drive down the interstate.
6 days on the road, and I'm going to make it home tonight.
Yeah. What do they call it? The black dog?
Black dog comes at you.
Yep. And what's his name? We talked about him yesterday. He had a birthday or something.
Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze had that movie that he
loved it. Randy Travis. They're trying to hijack the load. I always remember that line. You know, Meatloaf was also in that movie.
He owned the trucking company.
Yeah, he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
I kept expecting him to break into 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but he didn't. Whole time. Flipped the truck, the whole thing.
Oh, Match Game's got 6 people on it. So Beverly got us straight.
She got us, boy.
And
Thank you,
Margie.
Beverly.
So
Hollywood Squares had 9.
That's what it was. Thank you, Gail.
I have so many exes and I owe so many folks, they're going to put me on Hollywood Squares. George Strait sang it. If you don't believe me, look it up.
We'll get one thing corrected.
I got that one. 2012, this would be the last tour that he would take before an audience. As we remember, Glenn Campbell, that was it. As we would find out that Glenn had Alzheimer's, and it would go quickly from there, and so sad. Such a great musician. We would also lose, I got my years mixed up out of line here, one of the Beatles. He was a famous guy. Do you remember this one there? George Harrison? He passed away in 2001.
Now, did all of them get knighted, or was it just McCartney?
I don't know, but Elton John went, I got knighted.
He sure did.
That's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's I guess one of the highest honors you can get from the Queen or King.
I don't guess
a king now.
I don't guess you can get knighted over here anywhere.
No.
No hope for us, huh?
No, we're there.
Laying hands on the rednecks.
That's right. We come up with something.
Redneck.
Redneck.
Maybe that's the word of what we are.
We'll give them a boat paddle.
Yeah. We'll be right back. We got so much more to discuss this morning as we go on this journey today together. And what day is it?
It is Hump Day. We'll be right back.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
And welcome back as well. We talk about things that are going on. Lauderdale County Farm Supply has a lot. Have you thought about a poinsettia? Well, they got that also there for you as we get ready for Christmas time. Those are very popular this time of year. Drop in and visit with that. And anything that comes to, well, your horse, cattle, all of that, goats, anything that you feed, they've got it there. If you work hard and need a axe handle, they carry those as well. And, of course, deer season. We've got so many products lined up for you there when it comes to deer season. Drop in today. Including corn. Well, they've got all that, and deer attractants galore there as we look around there. Well, here's a popular aisle here, there, if you're doing any type of work right there. That's scary because it's so much hard work. You'll find that and so many more things at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. They're wide open now. They've been open about, say, 16 minutes now. Farm Supply, exit 151 off the interstate. Drop in and visit with them. They'll tell you more about, well, what's going on there. Let's see what else has happened over the last 24 hours that we wanted to bring up. Now, let's go to a situation that happened in Neshoba County. I started getting reports of this, and I checked it out, and sure enough, there was an altercation at the courtroom. Let me pull this up and show what this is all about. Tyrone Sanders has been arrested. He was actually in the courtroom, and I think the term was used, mouthy is the word that was used to me. He was escorted out of the courtroom into the hall by two constables. They were getting ready to put the cuffs on him, and I think they had one on one wrist and went to put the other on, and that's when it all started, pushing, shoving as he resisted arrest. It got so loud in the hall that the judge would leave the chamber from the bench to go see what was occurring. When he went into the hallway, the deputies were struggling, trying to bring this man, put him into the cuffs. He went to assist, and the judge was bitten. Oh, I kid you not, right there at the courthouse. So extra charges have come about as we look at this. Simple assault ×2, and then also resisting arrest charge. He has bonded out since then. So that's something to keep in mind. That did happen in Neshoba County. I got a lot of questions about that. So that did go on. Now, as we're on Neshoba County, let me be clear about this of what went on here. Let me pull the picture up here. And again, you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. When you are pulled over for crime, you're charged. And at that point, it's an alleged crime until you stand before the judge and you're sentenced for it. And I say all this because, well, lawyers are good. You may not be charged in the end with something. It may be dropped, may be beaten in court. But we have a young man in Neshoba County that we pull up. This is taken just hours apart, and you go, well, what is this about? Picture on the left happened at around 10:30 that morning. The picture on the right was sometime that afternoon. This man was pulled over for a DUI, arrested and taken in. He was bailed out. He bails out, gets him a clean shirt, and goes and borrows a car. He was stopped about an hour later again and charged with a second DUI within 4 hours of getting out. So that's 2 DUIs in one day is what that's all about. There was some confusion over, well, I don't quite understand this. How can you can bond out? That's what they have, folks that do that for a living. Bond.
Yeah.
You call them up.
He changed shirts.
He did.
He was going to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, didn't work out so well there. If you're drinking and driving, and of course they amped things up in over the holiday weekend there in Neshoba County, and they were out in full force. Yeah. Anybody that was out, I think they had 10 DUI arrests there in Neshoba County. Now we're going to get into this one more. Now I don't have all of the facts. I've got a few, but I think it's about high time we invite, because he does such a great job for Neshoba County. We're going to have the sheriff on. There's a huge controversy going on in Neshoba County right now. The legislature, they went to them, the sheriff's department, said, hey, we need computers, we need other things for our cars. They were given $200,000, but it turns out from what I'm understanding, and again, I don't have all the facts, but the Board of Supervisors will not give the $200,000 to the sheriff's department that the legislature has set aside for them to purchase these much needed items for cars. Y'all would be shocked as to how much technology comes into play for officers. It saves lives. It protects you. And one thing that Philadelphia will, I don't think they have them. Maybe they do, and I'm just not aware of it. But you will need to get cameras that runs license plates. You would be shocked how many people come through your town that might be wanted who are at a gas station next to you that you don't know about. The sheriff's department needs this. They need the technology to fight today's criminals. Eric Clarke, one of the nicest guys and protects the citizens. He's really and truly a hero among the people. He's turned things around up there. Now, is there going to be some people that come on here, I don't like Eric? Sure there is. There's going to be some people that say they don't like Scotty Ray and don't like Odie. You can't please people all the time. But I'll guarantee you this, the man does his job and he brings criminals, it doesn't matter who it is, to justice. We're going to have him in one morning to talk about all of this and what the supervisors are, what their hang-up is, why they won't give that money to the sheriff's department when they need computers and things to help them along the way, especially at night. There's things that go on, you need help.
Technology is got its bad part, but technology has definitely got some good advantages to it, and we definitely need to use it.
We had an incident yesterday in Lauderdale County as we go out to the southeast area, the eastern side of the county, due north of Why Not to Alamooch. We had an incident involved a rollover with a side-by-side.
Ooh, ow.
Someone was thrown from this, and they were able to pull this off of it as Metro arrived. The person was taken for medical care, and we do hope that they're recovering good. It's never good when you overturn something like this, and it can happen just like that one wrong turn with a wheel and it catches the pavement.
Yeah, I mean, these things aren't meant to ride on pavement.
It'll happen.
Not saying that's what they were, because I don't know what's going on. Just hope that they have a speedy recovery.
We still hear rocking around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, we don't own rights to this music.
We had to say that several times. This is the scene from last night as we headed downtown to the city square. Right there at the city hall there is where everything was happening as a Christmas tree was lit. A bunch of singing. We even got a queen in the background there.
Right.
Kids were taking all the pictures over here by the sleigh, Odie.
It was a good time.
And right back over here is where your sister didn't share the hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's where she got it for free.
Yep.
And then didn't even bring us a cup.
Yeah.
Or a half a cup.
There's the tree. That's what it looks like at night. Isn't it gorgeous?
It is. It is beautiful. And to sit right there with City Hall in the background and the way it's lit, it's just beautiful.
Breathtaking almost.
Yeah, it really is.
Speaking of breathtaking, as I would go down the road to that incident that happened last night at the wreck, and it's had, again, let me point this out before somebody twists my words. The wreck had nothing to do with what I'm about to say, but as I'm standing there with the fire department and the police standing over there, I couldn't help but feel I was getting high. What was that? I smelled marijuana on the streets of Meridian. It was strong, as a matter of fact. It was like a green fog that was moving down the street.
Did you go home and eat?
Odie, I am not. I have upon my life, I have never smoked dope in my entire life. Never. I've
you
seen
did
others.
last night.
But, folks, I'm telling you, if you got a woof of what was down there, I'm talking about, he would just like reach out and go, pat, 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 pat. I'm like, ran on by Wendy's and grabbed 8 hamburgers and brought them home.
Ate 4 of them before you got here. Huh?
This is what happens with recreational things. That happened. I was there. I smelled it. There ain't no denying it. We'll be right back as we continue this morning fun with Scotty Ray and Odie. Y'all put a smile on.
When you gear up and journey out, with nothing but you and the wilderness for miles, just remember, You're the boss. Boss. Built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power. 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clarke, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
We're back,
I can't do three things at once.
but we were trying.
We tried real hard there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so what a great morning this is. Do you know a pop singer named Sabrina Carpenter? You ever heard of her?
Sabrina Carpenter. No. Sabrina, yes, but not Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, we got, this was in New York.
Excuse me again.
Okay. This was in New York to where, well, a pastor, a Catholic priest is in trouble. He allowed whoever the singer is, Sabrina Carpenter, apparently she's big, coming into a video in the church. Turns out that the video turned in, I'll word it the way they said, raunchy. Church is not happy with him, so we do hope that that won't happen again. Now, in his defense, as we look at this could be one of those situations where he was not aware of what was fixing to happen. We don't know. We'll see what happens on that. Let's see in some other news this morning that is going on. Lots this morning as we track everything in the news that's happened. We do hope your morning is well for you. Rosalind Carter, all of that was handled there in Atlanta yesterday. She's going to be laid to rest. What a great lady there. So many people turned out to the tribute to her. New places, new policies are going to be posted in Rankin County. And why do I bring that up? Rankin County, if you're, what do they call it? It was 6 officers that were punished for hurting people. And they're going to post policies and procedures for officers moving forward. Even put a tab on their Facebook page for everybody to follow. If you've got something that you need to report, they'll have that tab there for you coming up in Rankin County. Look for that very shortly as they try to correct a wrong, so to speak. As we grant, so that was a couple of more things that were in the news that we needed to address this morning. We'll skip that. Trump back in the news on this one here, and I think this should be released. You may agree or disagree, but as many attacks as he had, he's demanding that communication between Biden, Hunter, and Mike Pence and the Department of Justice all come out, that he be able to see that of what went on. I'm not so sure that that'll ever happen there. Koch Network is going to be backing Nikki Haley for her bid for president. They want to get behind anybody but Trump, they said. We'll see how that works out. So will Julie Chrisley get a divorce? Who am I talking about? Remember the TV show Chrisley Knows Best? They're saying there could possibly be a divorce in the makes. Now, that's not confirmed. That's the rumor mill around the prisons at this point.
Well, they're not in the same one, so they don't get to see each other.
No, they don't.
And both of them were in on the whole thing that got both of them in jail.
She's saying that he told her that nothing would ever happen. What he was doing was legal. Now, the daughter still cashing in on this. I can't think of her name, but she's real popular on the internet. I see her a lot. She's even got a TV show still. She got it renewed. But we'll see what becomes of that. I would think that after she found out that he had an affair with his business partner, I'll leave it at that.
That could be, I don't know. I hate that. If she is wrongly accused, I'd hate to be the one in jail for something he did too.
But I think they proved it. She was aware of all that.
Yeah.
As we look at Al Pacino, who is 83 with his 29-year-old girlfriend who gave birth, says she's just not the marrying kind. I think it's a little late for that.
But now that I got your child, I got your checkbook.
And that's what it all boils down to.
Yeah.
You've got an heir to the throne, so to speak. She will be well compensated from now on, regardless of what happens. Well, we're running out of time. It's all over but the crying.
I can't believe
it's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. Golly. Well,
We got a
we've
name too.
enjoyed
Her
it.
name was Savannah Chrisley.
Savannah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. Sure, we got a bunch of them that's telling us. Well, we thank y'all for coming with us. We thank y'all for keeping us straight on here, letting us know when we said something wrong. Larry and Jeff's having a birthday. Happy birthday to y'all. Hope we didn't miss anybody else, but we're glad you joined us this morning. We'll see you in 23 hours to do this all over again. Until then, we love you, and remember, Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: